let's set up the car. All right, back to Sprite. Let's go to Prius Sprite, and we're gonna need to break this up, right? So this needs to be multiple, single, multiple. And let's go to Sprite Editor. Let's apply. Let's try the auto slice. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Awesome. Let's apply that. And now we can reassemble the car. I want to break out a few other things. Let's edit that. Sprite Editor. Let's move this back. There we go. Don't want that one. There we go. Just the wheel, shadow, car. Awesome. Let's assemble this car. Okay. And get everything onto the cars. Should be on cars, again going forward. So put this on 2. And let's label this. This is front wheel. Grab this one, Control C, Control C, Control V. Bring this one back. There we go. This will be back wheel. There we go. Just up a little bit. All right, getting there. And we're bringing this up. This is on cars. Can we do this? I think we can do this. I can't remember. If we bring it up. Yeah, you can have negative rather than having to shift the whole sprite sheet. I gotta fix the shadow later. This is not exactly what I want, but let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that out for now. Let's come back and fix that. Cool. All right, so now this here, this is going to be the car color, and this will be the car, let's call it car detail. There we go. And cool. So let's get the car color and car detail. I'm going to make a new empty. Bring it down here to where I want the anchor point for the car to be. Right. And so this will be car. I'll say Prius. And put all of these in here. And then reset the Prius to 0. There we go. And let's scale this up, maybe 3, 3, 3, right about there. Nice. Cool. Let's make sure this is compositing correctly. Awesome. It's behind the foreground trees. Great. So now we need to, let's go ahead and package. Let's zero this out again. There we go. Let's make it a little bit bigger. We could do that with the sprites. If we come in here, there's a pixels per unit that we're at. And I believe this will scale up. Let's see. If we say that it is smaller, it'll change the relative size of what we see in there. So this is like changing the scale of a mesh. We say apply. There we go. Let's say even bigger. Let's say 20. There we go. All right, we just need to adjust our wheels slightly. So that's how many pixels in the image get applied to one unit in the game. One unit is like the unity meter, like the amount of space it takes up. And probably a little bit too much. So let's take this. Because ideally we want our prefab to be at 1, right? And so let's scale it a little bit more like that, 40. There we go. Cool. So now it's the right size. Cool. Let's see, y negative 0.5. Make sure the wheels are the same height, negative 0.5. Cool. All right, there we are. And so I'm going to go ahead and package this up one more time. Let's go ahead and say reset. I want to put it inside one more game object just for when you're selecting, creating your prefabs, putting them in these multiple nulls just gives you more freedom later on if you need to change the animation. So here's our Prius prefab. Actually, let's make sure this is zeroed. Reset. There we go. There we go. Also, you know, make sure all of the, when you drag stuff up, sometimes the Z will get distorted. So let's make sure that's at 0. Let's make sure it's the same thing for all of our objects. Cool. There we go. And so now Prius prefab is there. Let's go ahead and make it a prefab. Well, let's finish animating it first. So we've got this. What do we want to have animating in this prefab? Well, we certainly want the wheels to be spinning. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got it constructed. So we want that to be innate with every Prius prefab, is that we have animating, rotating wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the front wheel here. And we are going to animate this. So window, I'm going to make sure that the animation window is open. Yeah, and grab this down here. So if I want to animate the wheels, let's say here, and call this tire turn. And we want to animate, so we're going to go ahead and turn this on. So for rotation, we're going to add a key, and then at the end, let's spin around on the Z-axis, 360, and then turn this off. Now, default on Unity, F allows us to see it, is curves. So that's not good for spinning things. For stuff that we want spinning at a constant rate, we need to adjust this to flat is linear. Linear. There we go. Same thing on this side. Linear. There we go. And so now if we rotate it, awesome. So when that loops, there won't be any weird, it'll be just turning at a constant rate. It's important to do that. Otherwise it'll be like an uneven turning that's happening in the tree or in the wheel. All right, great. And so now if we were to hit play, we would see that by default, animation should loop. Cool. And we want this to be turning faster. We can adjust that in a second. So here with the back wheel, we should be able to grab, this is the animation controller, right? So once you have objects that have multiple animations, this is where we go to edit that. This is the actual animation. And so if we drag the animation onto the back wheel, we should be good. They should both have the same thing, and they do. They're both turning. Awesome. Cool. Let me, so we've got that set up. Let's turn it into a prefab. We're going to add a couple things to make it move across the screen, but so far so good. Let's come back to prefabs and take our Prius prefab and drag that down here. Cool. And so now if we need multiple Priuses, we're able to just line them up. Going great. And let's get rid of this for now. All right, come back in a second and we'll do the moving this car around.